When the werewolf I raised dared to backtalk me over my half-sister, I laid 88 lashes across his back. Suddenly, bullet comments flooded my vision. Holy S ***T. This jealous B ***CH is crazy. She actually went for the kill. How is this any different from treating the male lead like a dog? No wonder he saved Rosalie instead of you. If she hadn't been so damn threatening and forceful, the male lead would have left her side ages ago. Threatening? What's the point to threaten a disloyal dog? After a long silence, I sneered and ordered all his belongings thrown out. Immediately, I headed to the underground arena and picked out a new werewolf boy. Half a month later, he got the news and came rushing through the rain from Rosalie's place. He gripped my arm fiercely, asking in a trembling voice, "You really took in a new beastkin?" When I hauled that blood-soaked little werewolf boy home, the manor fell deathly silent. No one expected that just a day after my expelling Saturday Sterling, I'd actually bring home a new beastkin. Mr. Caldwell rescued a vase he nearly dropped from trembling hands, steeling himself to ask where I wanted the werewolf boy housed. I gave him a sidelong glance. Where do you think? A beastkin needs personal training, so his room would be right next to mine. He ventured cautiously. And the things in the room? Trash them, I stated coldly. Now everyone knew the werewolf I'd raised for 10 years had left me for Rosalie, one of the illegitimate daughter of my father. Back when Rosalie and I both fell into the water, Saturday swam without hesitation toward her instead of me. Last night, I'd held back my rage and given him 88 lashes. But even as the whip soaked through with blood, he remained stiff-faced in silence. I was soaked through. My palms were burning. Only when the final lash fell, and he spat out a mouthful of blood, did I snap. Speak. He finally looked up with his utterly flat eyes. Say what? What would Miss Sterling like to hear? Knowing full well I was furious, he deliberately provoked me with question after question. My life was bought by you. My bones were broken and reset by you. The rules were carved into my flesh by you. What? Now the werewolf you personally trained didn't obey you, and you feel slighted? I found it laughable. I'd raised and trained him personally, yet he swam to say that ***ch scheming for my inheritance. Now he dared talk back to me. The boundless night stretched like thick ink. He gave a humorless twist of his lips. Miss Sterling has plenty who care for her anyway. One less won't matter. One less won't matter. Saturday, don't forget why I raised you. His spine was rigid with cold pride. I can't fathom Miss Sterling's thoughts. I only know Miss Sterling stands high above in the center of attention. On that bank, countless hands reached out to you. No one cared about Rosalie. Perhaps Miss Sterling has never known the feeling of drowning, grabbing for the only straw in sight, but I have. In that moment, I sympathized with her. The chill of the night wind seeped into my bones. I tucked my lips into a sneer. So? His eyes were icy. She had only me. Only you? Absurdity spread wildly within me. For a full half-minute, our gazes locked. He didn't flinch an inch. Want to be her lapdog? Fine. I'll take you there myself. A werewolf's pride and ferocity should revolt at the insult of being called a dog. Yet I deliberately chose that humiliation. I drove him straight to Rosalie's rented townhouse that night. When I kicked him out, he only frowned slightly. Then, gritting his teeth against the bleeding wounds on his back, he dragged his limping body toward the lit house. His retreating figure was proud, utterly unbowed. No one expected me to raise another werewolf boy instantly. Initially, the owner of the underground arena showed me batches of different beastkins. But after circling round and round, not a single one caught my eye. Finally, just as I was about to step out of the corridor, a bloodstained hand reached from a cage and grasped my boot. I turned and looked down. I'd seen too many beastkins at death's door. Most of them were hysterical, numb or groveling, but unexpectedly, amid the grime and cold shadows, I saw a pair of stubborn, clear black eyes. The werewolf said he was willing to be my dog only if I'd give him a meal. I glanced at the cage tag, defective product. The owner, who'd been rattling on, broke into a cold sweat. I removed my black leather glove and slowly crouched down. I lifted the werewolf's chin, studying him intently. If he'd witnessed my selection process, he knew how exact my standards were. And here he was, barely breathing. He felt the heartbeat in his chest unusually unsettled. 3 minutes of scrutiny felt like an eternity. He saw no change in my icy expression. Just as the light in his dark eyes began to fade, I suddenly raised an eyebrow. Are you willing to come with me? His drooping wolf ears shot straight up. He wagged his tail frantically like a dog. His pupils burned like lit flames. Rubbing against my wrist, he repeated fervently, yes, willing to come with me, willing to be my dog, willing to be loyal to me forever. Good, words I liked to hear. I looked at the trembling owner, him. I hadn't planned to really keep him. After all, he was just a defective product. He couldn't possibly endure my long, brutal training. When his wounds were nearly healed, I told him he could leave. He stared blankly for a long moment before asking, why? The damp black eyes shimmered with emotion, fixed unblinkingly on me. I flipped a page of the newspaper idly. No reason, just consider it charity. Mr. Caldwell stepped forward to lead him away. muttering under his breath, "Sigh, Miss Sterling only wants the strongest, most loyal beastkins. Don't get ideas." His predecessor was sent away overnight for disloyalty. He'd served Miss Sterling 10 years, yet she didn't soften. Mr. Caldwell was still rambling when the young werewolf vanished from his side and returned to me. His voice was slightly hoarse. "Can I have a chance to do better than him?" I raised an eyebrow, intrigued. "In what way?" He clenched his fists, stating seriously, "Anyway." I set the paper down, studying him leisurely. In the spacious, bright living room, he waited nervously for my judgment. When I'd brought him home, I hadn't paid much attention to his looks. Now, cleaned up, I saw his features were fiercely striking. High cheekbones, sharp eyes, yet the dampness on his lashes softened that ferocity. The stubborn, clear black eyes were exactly like that day, which was precisely why I'd taken him home. After a long stare, I finally spoke. "Fine. As long as you can endure."